Hello everyone, it's Caribbean E and Tina.
Hello.
Welcome to the channel. Hope everybody just having a good day and that your day is going good as ours and that you're in the best of health.
Health being most important as always.
Today we got some more gems to drop on you. And what are they, Tina?
Just things that people actually have questioned or don't realize when visiting or living in the Dominican Republic.
And you know what? It's what you don't know can hurt you.
Yes. And some of it was like you were mentioning to me earlier when we were kind of compiling some of this. You said some of this was on the old channel.
Right.
But
it was. Some of us on the old channel, we got hacked.
Right.
So we're just going to do just a small redo so you guys can be current on all the videos and the information you should know when you hit the ground running here in the Republic.
Yes, so one of the first things, because we get people that do this a lot, they're coming into town, they're trying to meet up with us or with someone else, and they say, what's the address?
What's the address? And for the most part, there's no address.
Yeah, there literally is no addresses.
You got to figure it out. Landmarks are going to be your best friend when you get here. I'm telling you.
Streets is your key. We talked about this a little bit on the live. So when you're telling somebody kind of where you're at or where they need to go, it's almost like, you use a landmark like a restaurant or a grocery store, something that people frequent so that they can tell the driver or cab driver or whatever that's where they, the area they want to go to. Areas are a big thing here because remember, Santiago is a state. Everything is a municipal or province. So you want to say like, I'm going to Los Jardines. They'll look at you and go, ¿Cuál? Because there's different ones. Which one? So then you have to say, Los Jardines Oeste or Este for East or Metropolitano. You have to tell them exactly where you're going so that they understand what type or area you're trying to get to. Cross streets are essential, but remember, these streets run through the whole city.
They sure do.
So you can tell somebody Avenida Febrero all you want. They're like, okay, that goes through all of, Santiago. What else? And, you got to tell them the cross streets because there is no addresses. So like our old address was 9526. There is no numbers like that. Because there's no mail.
You do good even to get a street sign.
Yeah, sometimes. Because some streets, you honestly have to look at like Google Maps, which I always say Google Maps over Apple Maps 100% because Google Maps are the most effective and up to date. But they'll tell you like the street you're on is number 13. You'd be like, what? Yeah, I'm on number 13. I don't know what to tell you.
Crazy.
So a lot of people here use WhatsApp and just say, hey, drop me the location. So they take the pin, boop, drop where they're at, and then that'll open the person's Google map, and then they can find you. Trust me, it's the easiest thing to do. When you're getting deliveries, when you're trying to tell a cab driver, and maybe your Spanish isn't that great, or you're not familiar with the area, drop a pin, ask for that WhatsApp number. Everybody out here uses it.
We've been there before. We're speaking from experience, not nothing that we heard.
You got that right. Remember being lost up in the mountains?
I remember that. And I also remember us
And he turned, he was like, is it right or left? And I'm like, I don't even know where I'm at. You can just kill me up here. I had no idea where we were. But, all right. Another thing as far as the grocery store, right?
Right.
So the grocery stores, if you're looking for milk and eggs, they are not in the refrigerated section. They are in the aisles and the walkway areas.
Eggs are not refrigerated.
Right. They're fresh.
Either is the milk.
Yes. Yeah, and it's because it's not the type of milk. They do something to it. I knew all the technical terms before. I don't feel like getting into all that. Y'all can drop that down in the comments because y'all know all the right words. It's UHD or something like that. Something compared to the pasteurization in the U.S. where it's completely refrigerated and has to stay refrigerated. But here it's in the aisles, so if you're looking for it, you're never going to find it if you don't look in the aisles. So we're just giving you that little thing because some of you guys that come out here have like little kitchenettes and you do like Airbnbs and things like that. So you want to get eggs and milk. So that's the easiest way to get eggs and milk. But everybody has them. Uber cancellation fee.
Oh my God, I'm a living witness.
He struggles with that.
Struggle
I'll
with
never
that.
get canceled on.
I struggle with that, man. I hate when when they tell you they're gonna come, and the next minute they cancel on you, and they still charge you.
Yeah, so the cancellation fee here, and we can only talk about here, is 70 DOP, so 70 pesos. And you don't have to take it. Even though it is cheap, that's only like $1 something. You don't have to. You can dispute if it wasn't your fault. Now, if you told them to go to street A and you're on street Z, I think you ought to suck up the cancellation fee. You didn't tell them the right place to come get you. But if it's because they decided, you know what, I want to go have lunch, because that happens to you a lot. He goes to run errands, and then people take lunch at like 11 or 12, and then they take the ride, and then they go, yeah, I'm going to go get him. I'm going to go eat. Or, yeah, I'm going to go to my friend's house. Nah, my girlfriend called me. So they cancel, and then he's like, they never came, and I had to get another Uber, and I waited forever. Then I say fight the cancellation fee, only pure merit, because sometimes they do it just to get the cancellation fee, and they don't have to waste any gas.
Right, and they keep your money.
Another thing is the airports. So when we first got here over a year and a half ago, almost 2 years, we celebrate. We could only come into what airport?
San Domingo with the pet.
Yes, because they were the only ones that were allowing pets inside because of their health department person worked in Santo Domingo, that office, that little desk that you go up to show the paperwork and pay your $10 for your pet, which, by the way, it's $10 US. So now they also do that in Punta Cana. So you can bring your pet to 2 different airports, through 2 different airports.
Yeah.
You can't do it through Puerto Plata, and we still can't do it through Santiago. So you have moving out here, and you're moving out with the household pet, which she just walked in the room.
Right.
You need to go to either Santo Domingo or you need to go to Punta Cana. Now, we like when we go to the north and to Santo Domingo and in between to go on the Metro, the Caribe, and now the Espinale.
Yeah, I can't wait to get. I can't wait to get on that bus.
Yeah. So we always have talked. Well, you have, and I don't know if you did the video on the old channel or this channel. Was it this channel? Caribe and everything. To go to Punta Cana, right?
It's this channel.
So there's also Espinale, and I say look them up because they actually have a VIP bus, which is an upgraded, beautiful bus, an upgraded, beautiful lounge that you wait in. Again, it's only in Santiago and Santo Domingo because that's its route. But it's beautiful, and it's only 380 pesos each way. Driving luxury.
And it is laid out.
And they have an Instagram. Follow them. All of them, actually. All 3 of the bus lines do. And something else we found out is, we always knew, but the underground subway in Santo Domingo, that's another way. It doesn't go all through Santo Domingo. It has its route. But if that's a faster way for you to get through Santo Domingo, because we have found the Santo Domingo traffic is
ferocious.
I don't know how y'all do it.
Ferocious.
I could never live there.
It's like living in New York.
It's like California. You drive to stop. But that is only 55 pesos each way. So that might be something if you're coming in or out, hanging out in Santo Domingo. You might want to consider that.
Absolutely. But that traffic, you ain't going nowhere fast.
Right. Another thing that we found is an absolute must that we've bought out here is dehumidifiers.
Can't live without them. You gotta have them.
No.
Because the humidity out here is off the chain. And the closer you live to the beach, the more humidity you get, and the worse it gets on your clothes, shoes,
leather goods. Even your hats, remember that?
Your hats too. I had to take all my hats, man.
Clothing. So, yeah.
Terrible. It's terrible.
So I would say it is as important as making sure you have air conditioning. So I would suggest we bought a small portable, meaning we can move from room to room, dehumidifier on Amazon for $30. And we also bought hanging dehumidifiers with that silica gel. So you know those little packets you get inside of like shoes and leather goods, and it says "Do not eat." That's silica gel that absorbs the moisture during packaging and during transit. Well, that is what's inside of these little hanging dehumidifiers. And every 30 days, it's suggested that you take it and you just plug it in, and it dries it out, and then you can reuse it. And they are good for 10 years. So I mean, that was an amazing humidifier, and it was only
lifesaver.
$15.
A lifesaver.
I mean, to only plug that in for a couple hours every 30 days, that thing is awesome. I know a lot of people use the disposable humidifiers or the kind that they always have to fill with that gel. This is by far leaps and bounds better for your room. Since I've plugged those into the 2 rooms, right, the 2 bedrooms, huge change, huge difference.
Bomb.com. Bomb.com. Absolutely.
Now, the Corotus app that we always talk about, which I'm going to spell it because everybody says, I can't understand it. And I'm going to speak. Is this thing on? I'm going to speak clearly into the mic.
Test it 1, 2.
COROTOS.com.do. Now, that is the website. It also has an app, same name, Corotos. And you can go on there to look up places. If you're a looky-loo, meaning you're not sure or you need to see what's available before you can commit, go on to Corotos for apartments, houses, renting, and buying all over the island. You put in where you want to go, you put the filters. It's like any app you would use in the United States for apartments and homes. The only difference is it's in Spanish.
And if you don't have nobody to translate for you, you're going to have some problems.
This one just stares at it like this because he doesn't speak Spanish.
Yeah, I don't speak Spanish.
Use your translator. What's that app?
My translator app. And it speaks, it
Google
Translate. It translates English to Spanish, Spanish to English.
Right. Hold that over. It has a camera app. You hit the camera, you hold it over your screen. It will translate for you so you can know what filters to put in. But remember when you're looking at the price, because a lot of people get fooled by the price. Remember when we'd see that dot and we'd be like, did they just write that wrong? Does that say 1.685, meaning it's $1.65, 68 cents? I was like, no, that means 1,000. And sometimes it's DOP, sometimes it's USD. And they will put it on there or not put it on there. And it's up to you to figure it out. Ask the people. They have a thing where you can question, send a question to the person. Ask them so you are clarified about the price. If they don't want to use the Corotos app, what can they do?
If you don't want to use the Corotos app,
and you're coming out here,
then you can reach out to us that we can try to help you figure it out.
Well, not us, so no. But we do have a real estate agent in the Santiago area if you're going to come to Santiago to purchase or to rent. We can forward that information, but only serious inquiries, meaning time is money and money is time. We are not wasting any of our real estate agents' time on a looky-loo. That's why I said use the Corotos app if you're talking, I'm not even coming for 5 or 10 years. I get this all the time, and I'm like, dude, then use the app. Why would you waste a real estate agent's time when you're not even seriously thinking about coming out here? Right?
Well, I had a veteran that reached out to me, and he reached out to you too, but he reached out to me first. He's from New York. He's definitely coming out here with his family. He wants a house,
right,
which is a villa, and I gave him the Corotos app twice, and he still couldn't figure it out. He didn't come in right, whatever.
There's a website.
He said he couldn't figure it out because it was in Spanish. So I told him, he reached back out to me and said, Can you just relieve me from all this Corotos app stuff and just give me the realtor person that you use? And I said, yeah, we can hook you up. She can, because she's bilingual. She can speak Spanish and she can speak English. So that's what I did for him.
Yes, and we also have another real estate agency that we work with in the north, but Kirk Capron, and that's CAPRON, realestateagency.com, CapronRealestateAgency.com, and he also is from the U.S. He's a veteran,
right?
And his wife is Dominican and sells real estate, although they also have other people that work with them. So Capron Real Estate Agency does North Coast, meaning all of Puerto Plata, Sosúa, Cabarete, and they sell in Santiago. So he is another source. He has a YouTube channel, and we have his contact information if you guys would also like that. But on to the big thing,
right,
that I've been waiting for. So, and I'm going to let you talk about this. Men getting into relationships with women on the island that they have not met.
Right. A lot of guys, you reach out, whether it's WhatsApp, whatever.
And they have met maybe once.
And you maybe you've met once, maybe twice. You reach out, called Love Online. You come out, you hook up, you have a good time, you fall in love instantly, and you go back home. When you go back home, she reach out to you, tell you, I need some money. I'm about to be put out. Western Union grant me some money. Then that's when it all starts.
So that's one instance, but I'm talking about the kind who talk to somebody and in a month are engaged, and the guy comes to move out here, and they're talking about living a whole life out here based on a woman they have not met.
Right.
Or they've met once or twice. We have a subscriber, I will not put his name out there, nor will you, two of them actually, who came out here, went through a same situation. One was divorced within a year, and the other one a few months.
It just didn't work out. So
you think?
I mean, but to each his own. You can't tell people who they're going to fall in love with. It's trial and error. So that's up to you. You got to follow your heart. And sometimes the heart leads you to the wrong places, because I've been on that road too in the United States. Okay, you think the person is for you because she's got a pretty face, da-da-da-da. At the end of the day, wrong, more wrong.
I just say, use common sense. If you wouldn't walk into a grocery store, bar, whatever, and meet a young lady and hand over your entire world to her in the U.S., why would you do it over here? Look, I am Latina. I love my Latin women. Look, peace, power, solidarity, all that. But women are women. And like, if you are that, like strict and stringent on how you treat and meet and share women, your information with women and your money with women there, why wouldn't you do the same thing here? I just say, guard your heart, guard your stuff. Because in God we trust, everybody else.
In God we trust, and everybody else will steal. Okay? And so...
Not saying they're all like that, but I'm just saying there are those.
A lot of them are. And that's why we hear a lot of YouTubers, and we've said it before too, don't come out here and fall in love in the first 15 minutes that you're here. Oh, I'm in love. I can't live without her. I can't this. I can't that. Because as soon as she finishes running the game on you, you talk to her, you get home, and then you come out here, she's got somebody else. Matter of fact, she's even pregnant by somebody else. Okay? And then she'll reach out to you again when you come back, still want to spend time with you, and want you to take care of the baby that somebody else that has impregnated her with. So I heard all kinds of stories, and it definitely happens out here in the North Coast, especially in the North Coast.
And, well, I wouldn't even say that, but the thing is that here you have no voting right. If everything is in that person's name, they have the legal right. And the quickest way, unfortunately, to get things done here in the Dominican is to be Dominican. So a lot of people put trust in people that they shouldn't.
Right.
Because they want these apartments, they want this and that, and then all of a sudden your name's on nothing. So when I call the police, like I always kid with you, I'm like, you don't speak any Spanish. You get on my nerves. I could tell the police anything. You don't know what I'm saying to the police. I could say you're a killer. You're crazy. You beat me. You this, you that. The police would cart you off. And they're going to be like, all right, girl, you go on back in your house. Enjoy your day. And I'm like, okay, gracias. And I'm going to go back in the house. So protect yourself like you would in the U.S. If your name is on the lease, you don't have anything to worry. If you can provide the documentation, even if it took a little bit more to get that apartment in your name, you do that. Because in the end, you don't want to be the one out in the street with nothing while somebody's inside enjoying all your stuff. And then you're getting the next plane crying back to the U.S.
And I heard this a lot, and I don't talk about it too much, but I heard that a lot of these Dominican females, once you get into a relationship with them and you decide to move in with them, the whole family's coming. Okay?
Sometimes.
A lot of time, in a lot of cases, the whole family ends up moving in, and you got a whole lot of people living in that, with a small place or big place with you. And they ain't going nowhere until something happens with the relationship. I heard that happening before, too.
Well, you know what? And I can speak on that. I would say that's because Latin people tend to take care of their families. So if I make it, we all make it. Meaning, like, if I had, like, the kids,
Right.
when the kids needed to come back home as adults, our son went through a divorce, our daughter ended up moving back, we took them back in. And it's like, you don't say no to family. If your sister
Right.
and her kids need to come, your sister and her kids come and stay with you. You know, that's if the grandparents don't have a place to live, your mama get put out, your mama's coming to stay with you because, you know, that's how Latin families are. We ride or die together. So that's something you have to consider too, because I think Americans are not used to that. So it's very jarring to them because they're like, why is your grandpa coming? And then next month your mother's here, and then your cousin's here, and you know. So then what started off was you thought you had, like us, 3 empty bedrooms, and then all of a sudden somebody's in every single room. Well, it's because families are like that. So there's a lot, and I call that cultural difference, and that's why I say sometimes you need to know the cultural differences before you marry into that culture, because it may not seem normal to you, but to us, it seems normal. Right. Like you knew that when you moved in with me. You know.
Yeah, but it's different out here.
We're all.
I know we're all in the family, but I'm just saying it's really different out here, and you just got to get the big picture.
Well, because some people abuse it. That's why you're saying. Yeah. There's those that would abuse it. Yes.
And make sure that you signing up for everything that's getting ready to happen to you and how it's going to change your life. Yes. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be on this side and that side. Yeah. That's just what I've seen. And the culture that happens in this country. And a lot of guys don't know that. They still haven't figured out yet. You come out here, you get with the girl brings a family in, and then now you tripping. Right. Okay? You just got to get the big picture before you get involved. Yeah. Get the big picture.
And on top of that, it's because if you're thinking of a community where the average income is what? They say 600 pesos to like doing really well is like 1,000 pesos, you know, a week. And then you get to where they're looking at you and you're bringing in 1,000 US, which is X amount. That's like 5,800 pesos. They're like, holy shit, I've hit, like, I hate to say it, but I hit the lottery. Like, I could live like a king and, you know, I could do whatever. And then now I have the ability to take care of family or do what I want with that money. But boo-boo, that's not your money. That's that man's money. So.
Right. So, like I said, just get the whole big picture. And if you don't know, just ask somebody. Okay, talk to another brother.
And they're all going to say that she wouldn't do that. Do you know how many times I heard that?
Oh, so she wouldn't do
including
like
from
that.
The subscribers who are now divorced.
Right.
She wouldn't do that.
And some guys.
I need a lawyer.
Some guys said, okay, I just signed up just for okay, say her name is Trina or Belinda. I just signed up for Belinda. I didn't sign up for Fred, John, Tom, Harry. I didn't sign up for all that. So your little place you got now is completely packed and it's full. And they have different rules out here in this country. I forgot what to call it.
What?
It's almost like somebody's going to somebody's house.
Like a squatter?
Like a squatter. Uh-huh. Okay, it's something similar to that. But I forgot what the rule is. But the rule is if they stay for a certain amount of time, you can't put them out.
I don't know that for a fact is a law here. I never heard that before. What I will say is that the Dominican is going to get the place before you, because that's what I'm saying to you. Like, because a lot of these places you're going to find when you come out here, you need a guarantor to sign for your place. Right. So if the guarantor is the girlfriend, she has the place because it's in her name. Right. So that y'all didn't have to get a guarantor. Meaning she saved you the hassle and the headache of either paying or getting someone to guarantee. But then in the end, that's her place because it's in her name. You're paying bills all day long, but who cares? And 9 times out of 10, she's really paying it for you because y'all don't even want to go to the doggone bank because you don't speak Spanish to even do that. So she's handling everything. All the bills are in her name. She's only got to prove that. And then you're the one walking out the door with nothing. She gets to keep everything. That's what's happening 9 times out of 10.
That's what's
happening. That's not a squatter. That's really...
Well, it's a different name for it. I just couldn't think of the name. But we just wanted to give you guys the full picture so you can get the full picture. So when you come, you know... And you get involved with a female here, whether she's
or male. It happens out here, girls.
And the males too.
Let me tell you. Vice versa. And I'm not trying to be funny or anything or disrespectful to Eric, but I am a 51-year-old female. I know that a 20-year-old guy should not be talking to me, honey. These have not lactated in umpteen years. Okay, I'm old. And you will get all kinds of catcalls and all kinds of attention from these little young boys because they see where you live, they see that you have money, and they want to lay up in your house for free. Don't think it's just the women, it's the men too. And all of a sudden you're getting that, I don't know, where they go through the change they're going through midlife crisis, and these women are like, oh my God, this like 20-year-old guy, he's so in love with me. Honey, he ain't in love with you. He in love with your pocketbook. He saw you carrying that Louis, and he wants to see what's inside that Louis. Just saying.
So those are things you got to look out for. Just, what it, and you know what? Nobody can tell you who to fall in love with. That's your business, but I'm just telling you.
True.
Get the big picture. Get some advice from somebody else, and there you go.
Yes.
So.
No entanglements like Will, Jada, in August.
Yeah. Lord,
no entanglements, girls.
I ain't get to that story. You just got to watch your surroundings and just make sure you handle your business, because you didn't come out here to be taken, to be broke, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You came out here to live large and in charge and run your life and let nobody else run it for you. Okay? So, with that said, in the meantime, between the time, always remember, life is to be enjoyed.
Yes, please hit that subscription button, hit notifications so that you can be notified when we do upcoming videos. Make sure to hit that thumbs up for like. All the information on how to get a hold of us is always underneath the videos, the patroning, and we appreciate all of our constant patrons that have visited either the PayPal or through Patreon. Thank you so much for supporting and becoming part of the Caribbean family.
Thank you. And until the next video, peace and one love.